Hi, I'm Jordan, and I would like to introduce you to Paris. Not Paris Hilton, but Paris Glenn. She's much younger than the other Paris. She was born 13 years ago on September 3rd, 1994. She's a student here at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. She's also taking JGEN300 because she enjoys speech class, and it's also a requirement for her major. She takes this class every Tuesday and Thursday from 12:30 to 1:45. And during her time at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, she started studying business administration in the business college. Paris is from Chicago, Illinois, where she lived all her life, and she only came to Nebraska for school. She moved here 2 years ago, which makes her a sophomore, and she came to begin her freshman year here at UNL. Originally, UNL was not her ideal school to attend, and it still isn't. Her dream was to go to Marquette, and it still is to go to Marquette, but she applied and did everything she could to get in there, and they ended up whitelisting her. Um, she needed to figure out where to go, and her boyfriend at the time kind of mentioned the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, where he attended. So she applied here, and she waited to see where she stood. And then after some time waiting for UNL to accept her, they finally accepted her, and then she signed and came. But the ironic twist to this whole story is that the same day that she finished signing to UNL, Marquette went ahead and accepted her into their school. Um, but she just decided to still attend UNL and come here instead. Her current place of residence in Lincoln is at Knoll Hall, where she lives with two international Chinese girls. Um, a fact that I found interesting that her attending UNL versus a school in Chicago even was that she ends up paying less out-of-state tuition coming to UNL than she would if she were to go to an in-state school at a university in Chicago. She chose to study business administration as she loves to give speeches. During her high school, she decided to join the speech club, where she was in the club her junior and senior year, and she spoke of some interesting topics. Her main field to speak about was original oratory, where she came up with her own topic and spoke about it to the audience. Another field that she did was oracle declamation, where she had to memorize famous speeches and give a presentation um, about them to the audience. She would also like to go to law school after her undergrad and enter the law field in her career. Working with intellectual property is her ideal area to go into. Paris isn't currently employed, but she hopes to get a job at the C-Store in Able or at the front desk in Knoll. Her past employment involved working for a consulting firm where she was an administrative assistant, where she made phone calls, filed papers, and checked expense reports. Paris has quite a few hobbies. She loves working out. When talking to her, she said fitness is life. She was on the lacrosse team for her high school all 4 years. She loves to shop for anything and everything, but she isn't an ordinary shopper where she'll just buy whatever she wants at full price, like an impulsive purchaser, but she'll get at them with coupons. Any way she can get a discount. Her favorite movies are, again, anything and everything. She loves all genres ranging from comedy to horror to action, but her TV shows aren't so broad. They include Suits, Franklin and Bash, Law and Order SVU. Favorite animals is just like her favorite food and movies. It's basically everything, where she enjoys dogs, cats, anything small fur, but as long as it's not a rat. She loves snakes. Paris enjoys watching football and basketball if her favorite TV shows aren't on. For basketball teams, she has to represent the Chicago Bulls, of course, but for football, she just enjoys watching a good ball game. In my opinion, Paris seems like an extremely interesting sophomore that attends UNL. If you want to have a good time and hang out with someone, she'd be the girl to talk to. She's up for anything that you want to do and enjoys nearly everything. Go ahead and introduce yourself to Paris Glenn if you haven't already, and I promise you won't regret it.